Hi, this is Dan for Tech Digest and Shiny Shiny, and I'm here today with the Philips GoGear SA2840, which is, to you and I, an MP3 player. What we're really looking at here is a sort of low-end MP3 player. And what you get with this is 4 gigabytes of MP3 storage. Now that, according to Philips, will get you 900 songs, but that's at 128 kbs, and if you listen to music at 128 kbs, there's a serious danger I'm going to come around and give you a real talking to. But otherwise, you can still store plenty of stuff on it, and it's obviously double what you'd get on something like the iShuffle, which is the kind of thing it's competing with. Now what I quite like about this, obviously rather than the shuffle, it's got a really nice organic LED display. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's really, really tasty. And you can basically do the whole thing with one hand, which is great. Now, the other thing that I quite like about this is even when it's locked, as you'll see there, all the buttons, which are mostly on the display itself, even when it's locked, you can still change the volume, which I like a hell of a lot, actually, because that's something I always find a bit of a pain with an iPod, that you're trying to, you have to unlock it just to turn the volume up and down. With this, you don't have to bother, but at the same time, you don't have that danger of bumping tracks and stuff like that, and stopping and starting things, which is really good, I think. As well as an MP3 player, what you also get with it, it actually works as a recorder as well, so you can use it as a mini dictaphone or something like that, and the microphone's actually pretty good. That you can find, well, the record button's there, but the microphone is just about there, as you can see there, which is kind of good, and it works really quite nicely, that. It also has a radio as well, but it only works in some areas, and whenever I try it, it doesn't seem to be working in my area, and that's in London, so I don't know if there's an update they'll be bringing out soon, but currently that bit doesn't seem to be working. As far as the sound goes, the headphones are actually not too bad. They kind of sit in your ear quite nicely. They're better than the Apple earphones, certainly, and of course it's a normal 3.5mm, so you can put in your favourite headphones as well, which is kind of great. You get around, well, the report is that you get 20 hours of playback for the battery life, and I can't think that I've actually got through 20 hours yet, but I've charged it up once and I haven't had to charge it again, so I'm willing to believe what they say about that. It's connected to your computer just by standard USB that's hidden by a little flap just there, you can see that. And what I quite like as well is that the software that it comes with, it's not like you really have to install anything that complicated. You can just drag and drop it using normal Windows Explorer or whatever you like, just drag and drop files, which is really good. Because personally I don't like all these things starting up on my computer all the time that I don't really want there, which is fantastic. Now the other thing that's a little bit dubious about this, it's really your call, is it does have Philips full sound technology, which really what it means is it upscales the sound a little bit for you. Now, you may be okay with that kind of thing. Personally, I'm a bit iffy about it. I don't really like things in my tracks that aren't actually there. But, I see where they're heading with that. The actual output itself, you get 3 millivolts, milliwatts even, that would kind of hurt, wouldn't it? 3 milliwatts in each ear, which for me isn't quite loud enough. When I'm on the tube with this, full volume, I can just about hear what's going on without too much distractions. But I really would like just a little bit more on that, even if it is destroying my ears. That is kind of my call after all. What you get, obviously all of this comes in at $39.99, which is really quite reasonable, I think, for the package. If you want a serious MP3 player, go and buy one. But otherwise, I think, compared to the Shuffle, I think this has got a lot going on, and it's only a few quid more expensive. Other than that, no, in fact that's that. I think it's not too bad after all. I'd say go with this if you really fancy a low-end thing. The problem is it is competing with something like a mobile phone, so it's kind of hard. But I think for the capacity, for the display, for the design, the lightness, what the hell, I'd say go for it.